What's up, guys? Welcome back to Country Bunkers Trains. Hope you're doing good. A big welcome to all of the new subscribers. It's that time once again. It's post-war week on the channel, and we've got a beautiful pair of engines to take a peek at. Today I thought we'd take a quick little look at these 027 2023 Union Pacific Alcos offered by Postwar Lionel. Awesome little engines. These little buggers are great runners. They run fantastic. The 2023 is the first 027 Alco offered by Lionel. As I say, these are great little engines. These share the same great detail and build quality of the O-gauge F3s of the time. These are really some quality pieces. Think of these as shrunken down post-war F3s, because in reality that's what they are. The 2023 was debuted in 1950 and available for 2 years through 1951. The yellow one you see in the front has become known to collectors as the anniversary set. This was the 50-year mark for Lionel, 1950. These engines came equipped with die-cast frames, painted plastic bodies with painted stripes. They sport a single vertical-mounted front truck-mounted motor, a 3-position E-unit, magnet traction, operating headlights, operating front couplers on each end, as well as an operating horn. Illuminated number boards, all kinds of good stuff. Like I say, think of these as a O-gauge F3 from the same time period. They share a lot of the same great traits. There were 3 variations of the 2023 throughout its 2-year run. The first variation was in early 1950. These came with yellow bodies with a gray roof as well as a gray nose. These engines are quite hard to find and pretty scarce, as they did not make very many of them. The second variation was also in 1950. This is the same engine, except they've done away with the gray nose. That's the one that you see here. As I say, this engine and set that came with a set of 3 yellow Union Pacific passenger cars is now known as the anniversary set to collectors or hobbyists. The third variation was in 1951. This one came with a light gray painted body with a dark gray roof. This is the one you see on the top track in the background. You can actually see the anniversary set here on the puzzle on the back wall, towards the bottom. I'd love to get the matching set of passenger cars to go along with the engine to make the set. But as I've said before, I'm pretty bad when it comes to that. I love collecting engines, and that's my thing, but I slack a lot on the passenger cars. But yeah, I received both of these as a gift from Mrs. Country Bunker. These are actually a couple of really nice pieces. These came with their original boxes even. They were pretty well loved. And yeah, they've been well used too. They're not perfect. Blemishes in the paint, bumps and bruises and whatnot. But like I say, they're phenomenal runners. These hadn't been run in quite a while when I received them. All the grease was dried up and pretty much molasses. But I serviced them up and got them running again. And like I say, they run phenomenal. It kind of seems like the 027 engines and equipment are somewhat frowned upon nowadays here in the modern O-gauge or O-scale hobby. The hobbyists and manufacturers are so enthralled with scale engines and equipment that they've kind of done away with the 027 stuff. I gotta be honest, I'm kind of guilty myself. But there's definitely something to be said for these little engines. They're an absolute blast. Lots and lots of fun. And there, like I say, there's definitely something to be said for an 027 layout as well. It's pretty cool if you ever get to see one. You can usually get a lot of action on it. Like I say, a ton of fun. The one good thing about these engines and equipment as well is their price point. These are a great way to get into the hobby and have fun with the hobby without breaking the bank. I haven't been keeping track this year of prices, but it seemed like last year you could pick these up from anywhere between 80 to like 150 bucks. No, not necessarily cheap, but when compared to with other engines or other post-war engines, much, much easier on the wallet. I enjoy them. I tell you what, I'm such a big fan of these little engines that I decided to include a bonus engine in this video. This here is the 2033. This is the exact same engine produced after the 2023. This engine was available for 3 years, from 1952 through 1954. Again, as I say, it's basically the exact same engine. However, they switched to an all-silver paint job on these engines. There were 2 variations of this engine. The first being in 1952. Again, it shared the same body, just with silver paint. The second variation was from 1953 through 1954. Lionel discovered issues with warpage on the top of these shells, just like the F3s, and added in a dimple to correct the problem. The 2023s do have it. They kind of got a hunchback on the roof. You can see right here. This is actually my first post-war 027 Alco added to the collection. I picked this one up a couple years ago at a train store down in Tampa. Beautiful little engine. Unfortunately, this one does not have its original boxes, but I have to say it's in a little bit better shape than the 2023s. Great little runner. E-unit's a little sticky, but not a big deal. It still works. Just a little fidgety. As you can tell, this is the later variation. It has the dimples on top of the roof. And this did seem to work. This one's still nice and flat. Doesn't have the hunchback like the others. As I was mentioning earlier, these engines do not seem to garnish near the attention that the other post-war O-gauge locomotives do. However, if I came across one, I definitely would not look past it. I really can't say enough. These things run like little Swiss Army watches. They run fabulous. I will say the one downfall, if you even want to call it that, for these engines, depending upon how you're running them, obviously they're quite a bit smaller and they only have a single motor, so they really need to be running on steel track for the magnetraction to bite. These don't run the best on the MTH reel tracks, unfortunately. But I mean, that's a given. Like I say, they're quite a bit smaller and only have a single motor. But these are impressive when you do have them on the tubular track. These will pull quite a little train. I was getting these down last night, getting them dusted off and whatnot, ready for the video today, and I found myself running these things for like an hour and a half by themselves. Like I say, they bring a lot of joy. Let's go ahead and get these beauties fired up. I hope you guys enjoyed this little peek at the Postwar Lionel 2023 and 2033 locomotives. If you did, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. It would be much appreciated. Until next time, guys, my name is Zach, and this is Country Bunkers Trains. Y'all take care. I'll see you the next go-around.